Hello everyone! Welcome to the Profit Campaign, a new campaign. Who would have guessed? In case you don't know, my name's Nitsify. I'm the DM. However, not the player this time. I know, crazy. We have a player here today. This is a solo campaign. Being played by Acrid. We do have a peanut gallery here today, which is Anya. So, in case you don't
Hello.
know, hi. In case you don't know, this campaign is taking place a little bit more in the future after Rum and Harbor, after the events of Rum and Harbor. So this is around 800 years after Rum and Harbor. The theory thrown out by Renegade Castell, the Hell's Cleric, came out to be correct. As within those 800 years, the islands began to spiral closer and closer to the center of the Red Sea, crashing into the Red Sea, and it began to bury the Hell-Chained Islands. Eventually, enough of those islands spiraled into the center to the point where the Hell-Chained Islands was completely buried, and the hole in the sea was filled. With that being said, many countries were either lost, technology was lost, and many lives got exterminated permanently from existence. Because not many people can survive that. However, there are some people within some kingdoms that did manage to survive. And those people did what they could to make towns in those areas. Essentially, these were people that took precautions by either using forms of magic or using the bit of technology they had on their islands to try and find ways to keep themselves from being buried alive when the islands were getting crumbled on. And with that being said, we now get to deal with where we are today. Where deep underground, while monsters live on the surface thanks to Count Dragos taking over the surface, repercussions of the monster campaign, we go down into the underground. Over 2 months away from the surface. It'd be a 2-month travel to get to the surface. We get to zoom in to a medium-sized town known as Rhine. Now, Rhine is originally consisted of the descendants of an old ship that managed to survive in between the crashing of islands. While everything else was going on when things started getting sucked in, an old ship that was once being used doubled as a casino, being run by the gold pirates, by a certain Genesis, a newbie that actually helped in the events of Rum and Harbor. That casino was later abandoned by its captain as, for unknown reasons, things happened with the crew. However, there were people that were still on the casino in the ship that had to suffer the consequences of going down with the ship and then being buried alive by islands. Those people later on led to the descendants of Rhine, this town here. This town is very scrap heavy with how they have built, which a lot of towns in the underground are like that, to be fair. This town specifically, because they were using what materials they had to get it started, and then they've kind of just built off the ores and stones that they're able to build naturally by, further expanding the size of their cave to hopefully expand the size of the town. So there's a lot of, constant, construction work going on as the town continues to get bigger. So there's constantly, them having to, expand out the walls of the cave. So there's people always, there's always construction going on in these towns in the underground, just due to population continuing to grow. So ores are being excavated, and then those ores are getting used to create new things. Stones and other materials that are being excavated are being used to create new buildings while creating space for the town in the process. Um, and then you have the mixture of materials that was used from the original casino. So a lot of this place is a mixture of like you have like I want to say a good example is like well you don't really have you have quote unquote paved roads. It's more like they flatten the ground so you're not just ruining your foot and you're not walking on unlevel ground the entire time. But it is just gray stone at the end of the day. A lot of these buildings is a mixture of cobblestone, marble, like whatever like random materials that they've excavated from the caves. So a lot of it really is, especially the newer areas of the town, it's really just a mixture of random rock material. So like, there's like some buildings where it's just complete and utter just gray stone. It almost looks like it blends in directly with the actual walls and ground itself. And then you have some buildings where they stand out a bit more, where you have like grays and whites mixing in with maybe some like reddish hues due to like clays and other things like that. That's kind of what you're looking at. The doors are typically made of like the little bit of woods, like pieces of wood y'all have been able to scrounge. There seems to be this common thing where y'all have handles that have been designed after the handles, or like the handles on the doors are being designed after what you would see on like a like slot machine for a casino. Because originally when they started making their first ever buildings, if you go to the older areas of the town, you would see that it is a lot more like, you have a lot more of like gold, like, like gold walls and like, like kind of like metal floorings and that sort of stuff. You're seeing a lot of mixtures of like metal and wood and gold because gold was heavily used by the casino. But the thing about it was that every door handle had one of those levers, and that is because, with it being a casino, one of their biggest and most common things they could find when they were trying to scrounge up materials to create this place was those slot hands. So they were just using those to create knobs for the doors. Does that mean that there's not a good way to really lock your doors? Yeah. Locking isn't really much of an option. Normally you guys kind of just like put a plank in between the handle and the wall, and then hope that it doesn't get shattered if somebody tries to break in. But that is the type of environment you're working with. Lanterns have been created and like are getting used to kind of keep the place lit up fairly well. Because without the lights, it would be pitch dark in here, and any humans, which is the main race, would be basically screwed. Even people with dark vision, it would still be pretty hard to see. You'd be seeing like it's like dark vision only goes so far at the end of the day. So even for people with dark vision, that would be a bit rough. That being said, we start to zoom into a church within the medium-sized town of Rhine. It is the Church of Lin, the god of the earth. And a certain man is currently, against his will, dealing with just a few situations as the church is currently setting up for an event for the night.
Oh, of course they are.
As
Oh,
there is what seems to be some type of like worship night thing that they're prepping for. Like there's going to be some food, it's going to be like a hot pot situation, and then like the eventually the priest is going to show up and they're going to spout some nonsense about Len and the great deeds he's doing for the people underground. But there's a certain someone that doesn't really quite jive with what's being taught. As we zoom into a certain somebody, would you like to describe your character?
I will also send it.
Yeah.
As we zoom in on Umo Shio, who, first off, he wears quite a lot of black and green as his preferred colors.
Uh-huh.
He wears kind of a, I think that I'm trying to figure. He wears a like long sleeve jacket with like wrist wraps and
Mhm.
I'm trying to figure my brain. I'm failing. I'm sorry.
What are you looking at?
Here, this
Those are bracers.
bracers, like wrist strap sort of bracers, the Actus bracers.
Yeah.
So he can shove things without getting his arms damaged. While he also wears some semi-nice. He probably doesn't have all that much clothing, knowing him, honestly. So he's probably just reusing stuff after cleaning it frequently.
Yeah.
He also has, which is not typically, I don't imagine it's typically customary, but he wears a lot of extra jewelry, that being several necklaces and some extra
Adornments on the
adornments and
arms.
like medallions with tetherings of green coming off of them. As he wears a long cloak and has dark black shirt and black trousers, they look kind of more silk-ish than anything else, which is kind of weird that he has kind of nice clothing for being who he is. Kind of funny.
Yeah.
He's
and-
put some thought into his appearance.
He at least he tries with his clothing. He wants to at least look good.
Yeah.
He appears very presentable, very cleaned up, very well taken care of.
Yes. On his back, there's also a long-handled polearm that has a blade that is wrapped in this black sash, this black and green sash that blends in pretty well with his clothing, as well as being kind of a more darkish colored handle. And to anyone who would just look at him at a glance, they'd probably assume it's a quarterstaff. And then they'd probably realize there's a blade attached to that that's actually quite long. As he typically wields a scythe.
Heck yeah.
As he'd definitely be walking around, helping out, smiling, talking to people. So who am I running into, man?
I will have to pause because I legit, right as we started this, hold up. And we're back. Sorry about that. I got a text literally like not even 12 minutes into this. And like, I got a text being like, hey, you know, X, Y, Z thing. I'm like, brother, you have the worst timing. Okay. So we are back. To answer your question about what you said, what you're looking at. What was the question?
So the question was, I was walking around helping with whatever I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, you're basically just like, setting up tables essentially for this.
Okay.
Yeah, setting up tables.
Who am
chairs. Yeah.
Who am I having to interact with on this grand day of prayer or whatever?
Yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, you do have like your probably what you would consider probably like one of your only actual friends out of this entire place that you're like essentially working directly with. Like he's also kind of helping you set the tables, like, you know, up, like, because they're like foldable tables. So he's like, you know, the two of you are having to like go around, unfold tables, prop them up, set up the chairs, put like the tablecloths on, that stuff, right? So you can see that there's this guy that you're working with. His name's Leonardo. He has this like kind of like white messy hair kind of going on. He's got heterochromia going on, so he has a yellow eye and a blue eye. He has this like black, essentially undershirt that he wears typically that he keeps tucked into like a pair of jeans, an orange leather belt, and then just like an orange leather jacket with like a hood that goes onto it. He does have some church decal up on there. Like he has like a big, like, you know, like cross like necklace and like the church's emblem also on his like right shoulder of his sleeve. A bunch of like black straps that kind of go around it. One of the more common materials that this place would be using is things like leather, because one of the only food sources that y'all have when it comes to actual animals meat-wise is cows. Because one of the only gods that actually continue to talk with the mortals is Micaiah, who is one of the newer gods. After Nier went on his bloodbath, and then eventually got shut down by Lin, the god of the earth. The new god came into play after a group of pirates took down a man trying to become the new god of law. Micaiah instead took over and became the goddess of peace and cows. Specifically, and cows. She was very adamant that she had power over cows for some reason as a god.
Peace, law, and cows.
Yeah, peace, law, and cows. So the thing about that, she's had this vendetta thing where she made it so cows, there were like desert cows before things started going this way, and then after, the island started getting buried, she made cave cows. So there's just like these dark blue and white spotted cows that are just in the caves, and then typically y'all we just use like dyes that you can create from snails and slugs in the cave to form the colored clothing that you have nowadays, which is why he's able to have what he wears. The silk that you have most likely came from the spider people. There are some spider-based races down here that can basically create their own silk and then just weave it into the clothing that you have. So weirdly enough, they kind of make bank. They're actually really useful people. They're very rare, but when they walk into towns, people make sure that they don't get killed. They do whatever they can because people like that are basically utility 101. You do not mistreat those people.
I feel like that would make silk all the more accessible.
You would think, but also when a lot of these people are getting courted into specifically black markets or getting forced directly under the Madden King, trust me, it's not that accessible to the public. It's more like the 1% gets a hold of it or the criminals get a hold of it.
That's bullshit.
Yep, but that's how real world works a lot of times, so that's kind of what's happening here.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, so these people get hoarded away a lot of times by either rich nobles, the Madden King, or criminals. So it's just kind of this like fight of like, if you find one and they're actually not being forced directly under one of these people, the towns typically will go up in arms to protect them. Because that is a rare access that people typically don't get. So that does mean that somewhere in this town is a spider person.
Let it be known, my man broke as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Because he bought everything.
Yeah.
He said, I'll take your whole stock.
Yeah. Which is another fun thing, by the way. Because if you, looking at, your jewelry, you kind of have, some emerald-based stuff going on. For those who don't know, we used to use rupees in this world for currency. Rupees are no longer being used as currency, and the reason for it is because with the way how the world transpired over the years, rupees it kind of became that thing of ores were more accessible, the natural silvers and golds were more accessible than the rupees later down the line, because rupees were an ore that was specifically found in the ocean. So with y'all not really having much access to the ocean, it put a very finite access to creating rupees for a currency. So you guys basically use silver typically for your currency, and if you're rich motherfucker, you use gold probably. However, rupees have started being getting repurposed for the use of weaponry, accessories, that sort of stuff, because it is a very sturdy ore.
Bro, he's got 2 fucking emeralds in his sight. Goddamn. You fucking blinged out motherfucker.
Yeah, no, on the road, you probably used a lot. You probably saved up money, every now and then to, get these little accessories. So.
Oh, man, he's coping so hard.
There is no way you bought all of that at once.
No, he didn't.
Definitely not.
He is. Everyone sees him doing all this shit, and he's like, "Oh, I just like looking nice." And in his own head, he's like, "I want to feel like there's a purpose to being alive."
Yeah. You get paid 8 silver an hour. So
do I have any money, or am I just poor at 0? Because I have no money right now.
You have 27 silver. It's enough to where you have like you just got done paying your rent for like this month, so like you have enough to like go get yourself some food. If you wanted to like if you need to like replace some socks or something, you probably have enough money to like replace a thing or two, but like you probably don't have a lot on you like compared to like the current prices. Like for example, like if you went to a bar right now and you were to like sit down and like drink some ale, you'd be spending like probably a silver for like a beer. Like
Okay.
yeah,
Cool. Yeah, well, with his lack of alcoholism, unlike my last character, he won't have to spend nearly as much on alcohol.
Luckily for him, yeah.
Yeah, no, I want it to be known, everyone, on the random Rum and Harbor fact. I didn't keep track of it, but I know for a fact I spent like 1,000 gold just on alcohol.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, you were
If I
spending a lot on alcohol.
Especially towards the end of the campaign, I was glad I stocked up because unironically he started drinking two it was like more like 5 bottles a day instead of like just 2.
Yeah, yeah. Because the turn that Loki took as a character, just like it led to a lot more alcoholism.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, you and Leonardo are kind of like working to kind of get this stuff set up. The person that seems to be running this church, she's like kind of just coordinating things, trying to like help you guys where she can. So, but like right now she isn't currently at the event, but she's around kind of just being like, hey, can you go do X, Y, and Z type of thing? You guys kind of already have your orders, so that's why she's not here. But she typically would just kind of be like, she just normally just be here being like, hey, if you can move the tables more this way, or, so forth, so on, that sort of stuff. Basically just kind of managing the situation. But you guys are basically just handling it, but the 2 by yourself. You guys are expecting around like probably like 80 people for this event, so the tables are long enough to where like you could probably sit like 10 people per table, so you're just you're getting around like 10 tables just in case if there's like more than expected.
Dude, he just sits there like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we need 3 more.
Yeah, 3 more. Yeah, Leonardo's just kind of looking at you. Yeah, it's just he would eventually look to you and just kind of go, so, we're grabbing drinks tonight, or?
I likely will after once I'm cleared and the event's all settled, then I can be on my way.
I thought you were going to file sick for it. That's what you normally do.
I might. I don't know. I'm not. I don't know, man. I might be becoming dreadfully ill. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like you
I'm
could,
quite pale.
Yeah, you are looking a little pale.
Says the man who hasn't seen sunlight one time.
Yeah, no, really. You're looking a little pale. You look a little flushed. Face is actually looking a little green. Like you really look like you might throw up. You're not really
He says as he like calmly sips like liquid, like the most calmly like. He was like, okay, well, that's onwards. And in his own head, he's just like, I fucking hate this.
Yeah. Let's grab the 3 other tables, set up the chairs. I can cover for your shift if you want.
No, I've abandoned you enough. I won't do it this time.
Alright, up to you.
Yeah. I need to do better, I know.
Yeah. You guys would start heading like up to like the back area, like away from like essentially what is like kind of like a banquet room of the church, and you guys would start making your way back up to the storage area.
Dude.
Yeah.
He says like I've abandoned you enough, my friend. In his own head, he's like, you're so lucky I like you. You're so lucky I actually care. Slightly, like
Slightly, just a little, like, not a lot.
I would abandon any other motherfucker in a second.
Oh man!
It's also like in his own head. What he's not saying is, also I need money. I need money. So I need to work a couple extra hours.
Yeah, no, that's valid. That's valid.
I need money. Because I need to get new clothes or extra clothes because I don't got many.
Because he
So
chose
long
to
as I'm-
buy the expensive silk instead of just buying leather.
Yeah, he chose to give a little extra flair because he's like, I need something meaningful. Fuck.
Oh, man. Yeah, y'all do. I will say, by the way, just as a heads up, there are like some plant life down in the caves. The casino did
Right.
have some natural plant life that y'all were able to then regrow inside the caves. You guys just had to excavate the spacing for it. So there are a few trees that y'all have been able to grow down here. But it is very limited. So you do have a little bit of access to slowly getting wood, but because wood is, very limited in this type of place, having to replace like a wooden door or something like that, it's expensive. It's real expensive.
I'm looking at that. I'm gonna say his staff is made out of metal.
Yeah.
Like for his scythe, like it's like a metal scythe. It's almost like, why wouldn't wood be cheaper? No, motherfucker.
No.
No. If you have a wooden anything, you a rich bitch.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, in this town, if you have wood, oh, you're lucky if someone doesn't make you go missing because they want that item.
Dude, I
You
can't
are
wait.
rolling in the dough.
Huh?
Yeah.
You are rolling in the dough.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You gold having bitch, come here.
Oh man. Yeah. No, really. Which another
I don't
thing is
even
like
know.
you guys do have some plants that can be used for like other materials. Like you do have like some cotton plants that you guys have managed to get not from the original shipwreck, but from other nearby towns that did actually have access to cotton. So that way you guys can make. That's how you guys are able to make more like everyday like shirts, that sort of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
If you've realized, a lot of the people here in this town have more modern-ish clothing, and that's really just because descendants of the casino ship, this is just kind of how you guys have learned to style yourselves, whereas other places don't quite dress like this typically.
Bro, I can't wait to
yeah.
walk in styled out of my mind and I just see some dude in like a straight jacket. like
rocking back and forth.
Dude. Monk way of headbutt because that's
Monk.
all he's got.
Monk way of asylum. What do you mean? He screams and charges. Oh fuck.
Dude, I'm sorry. If I see a dude in a straight jacket sprint at me with volition, I am about to pull either the greatest runaway or the greatest juke of my life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm...
No, I get that. Like, I'm normally the person where it's like, if somebody tries to throw hands with me, I feel like I'm typically the person that will just throw hands back. But I think that is one of the few times where I think I'd actually sit there and go, no, I'm not. No, I'm good. I'm good.
I don't
I'm
win
gonna
these.
I'm gonna go over there.
Hold up. I just...
What? You good?
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
fine. I just realized something.
No?
Did you break your fidget again?
Oh my
It's
god.
missing a screw.
This man. This man. Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, you guys would, start making your way up to, like, the storage area to go grab the other tables. And you would run into a certain someone that you've kind of learned to despise.
Oh, it's gonna be a great external monologue versus internal monologue.
Very much. As you start seeing, as you're like kind of coming down the hallway, you start seeing a certain lady that normally pisses you off just a little. Talia, who is one of the local paladins of Lynn. She wears typically this kind of like sleeveless black crop top, with like kind of like a baggy black jacket, that she kind of wears. It normally like doesn't go over the shoulders. She typically just wears it around the arms, and then like this black hat. It's similar to like what you would see like a captain in like modern day, like wearing for like, you know, like a Navy vessel. Except there's a lot more black. It even has some like slight steampunk like design to it, like a little cog on like the main area. And then like just some black like pants essentially with black gloves. A lot of her accessories are very much easily accessible, unlike yours where you were like, I'm gonna get a bunch of rubies. Or rupees, sorry. She went down the route of, alright, copper. Which does weirdly work well for her, because unlike you and Leonardo, who are pale as fuck, she is a half wood elf. So because of that, she has this kind of like darker skin color to her. So it actually, the copper goes fairly well with, you know, the type of like black clothing and the darker skin with this like long blonde hair that goes like down to her hip essentially. The other half of her being Yanti, where you can see the yellow slitted eyes. But she has like kind of like chains around the neck and just a bunch of like random chains around like the hip area clinging onto the belt. She has like strap suspenders that connect onto her belt and then go over the shoulder. Which is typically when she's actually going out to go fight, she will typically attach her weapons to those straps and to the belt. You would also know just from the little bits of contact you've had with this lady, either because you bumped into her or because for some reason, you know, like you for some reason tried to be like, you know what, fuck you, like try to like shove her out of the way or something like that, which typically didn't go too well, despite her being a fairly small looking person. There is definitely muscle on this person. At the end of the day.
He probably hasn't tried to outright shove her. Any physical contact he would have made would have been an accidental TM.
Yeah, accidental. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like really he's like, I'm sorry, my bad, was backing up, didn't see you, and like in reality he knew she was there and just didn't care.
Yeah, it's so the thing that you know is that jacket is obscenely thick. When she goes into battle, she probably wears that properly. Compared to just wearing it over the shoulders for fashion, she probably wears it directly over, probably like zips it up full on, like during fights. It's got a similar thickness to what you see with a fucking firefighter's like jacket. Like it's got that very big thickness to it. It's probably meant to help deal with certain types of like elements when it comes to fighting. Because the cave monsters aren't exactly the friendliest.
Nah, they're all lovely little creatures.
Yeah. You would know that the paladins, they typically go out to either deal with cave monsters that are getting a little too close to the towns and are starting to, you know, possibly pose as a threat. Or they will typically go deal with other threats that might be lurking within the town. So they're not guards. There are just straight up guards for the town. But they kind of act as like, they double as like an extra protection for the town, essentially. But she wears like, the one other thing that would be mentioned, obviously, is just like all the other people that seem to be working here that are very devout to the church. She does wear this like big church, you know, like the religious symbol of Lynn, essentially around her neck, the necklace.
He probably has one that he is wearing. I would add that he does probably wear it so he at least fits in.
Yeah. No,
but it's just not embedded into his clothing.
Yeah.
Like his amulet is like emerald necklace he wears is probably actually in his pocket and he's replaced it with Len's amulet.
Oh yeah. No, I get that.
Just so he doesn't get reprimanded again for dress code.
Oh, but of course.
For not wearing his uniform, i.e. the necklace.
Oh, I get that.
He feigned memory, even though that's not a joke. He just doesn't actually have the best memory.
That's fair.
He's like, I forgot. I thought I was wearing it. My bad.
Oh, man. But yeah.
He only forgot once.
Where Leonardo is around like 5'8", she's around like 5'4". They're like both fairly average in height. But yeah,
I
no,
forgot
she would basically be like walking like the opposite direction down the hallway. So she would just kind of give you that look. She definitely looks between you and Leonardo and just kind of just very quietly as she's passing by, just, oh good, you're working.
Yes, of course. He does not stop for a moment. Just keeps fucking moving. Just,
Yep.
but of course. In his head, please fall down the stairs.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be honest. You think that, you don't see it. You see a Leonardo just go, and I see you're not. Good to see. That is normal. You would see her just kind of like stop and look back and just go, that's bold for the person that never actually does anything worthwhile, but teach their own, I guess.
Mm.
And she would continue walking.
I'm gonna be real. Umo does not do anything externally, but in his head he's like, "Oh God, I'm just fine. I need the job.
Yeah.
I need the job. I need, I need my employment. I need money. She doesn't have much money, and I can't pay bail." Just the fucking.
No, I get that. Yeah, it's
Just...
it's a common thing where you will end up kind of like just being silent throughout it. And whenever Leonardo's been nearby, you typically get to see the clash of those two. Talia is very much a very hardworking, constantly busy paladin, whereas Leonardo is very much a very laid-back cleric. In the fact that he's like, where he typically does not bother to do work unless he has to. So it is kind of like a bouncing between the two. They are near polar opposite as people.
Yes. Meanwhile, the one man that's like, yes, religion, yes. I'm not even a cleric. I can't heal him. I can't heal shit. I can steal your health. Like,
Oh, man.
Why am I here? Why am I doing this?
he's
I don't
also
fucking care.
he's 5'11", by the way.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
It's mainly just so you can. I'm like, he has to be slightly tall enough so he can wield a fucking scythe.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, you're, like, a little bit taller than Leonardo, but he's got, like, a little bit more of, like, shoulder on him, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, he looks broader. Like,
Yeah, he's definitely
Umo
broader.
is a thinner guy, so
Yeah.
he's...
Yeah, Umo's definitely more of, like, a lankier person. Nothing wrong with that, though. But yeah, no, you guys would spend the rest of that time essentially setting up for the event, and then if you're working the actual event, it's really just a lot of just kind of like, weirdly enough, socializing and just kind of dealing with people.
Yeah, no, he...
And then just
There
cleaning
is
up
that like
after.
one of those
Yeah.
few moments for him of him being like, no, I feel bad for abandoning Leonardo to deal with my shit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
almost like it's like I don't feel guilt often. But sometimes on these days I do.
Sometimes.
Only sometimes.
Every now and then.
Some days I really don't give a shit. It really determines on how much Talia pisses him off. Like if she pisses him off enough, he's like, nah, I'm not dealing. I don't care.
Oh, man. No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, no, you would get everything set up by the time that you've gotten everything set up, and like, you know, the socialization begins to happen. People start showing up for the event. Not the ballroom, the banquet area starts to get kind of like crowded pretty quick. Like people start flowing in. You know, at first it's like a person or two trickle in. Like 30 minutes before the event, 20 minutes before the event, you already have like around like 20-ish people kind of walking around. You now have like you now have like essentially like the band for like for the church, essentially the choir team basically starting to set up their stuff. Like they're starting to make sure that the instruments are good to go and all that. And then you've got like 10 minutes in, like it's at that point where it's like you've got that like 60 people kind of already kind of flowing in. It's starting to fill up pretty quick. Around there you start seeing your boss actually getting to show up. So you would see where'd the picture go? There it is. You would see her starting to walk around the place. She's typically the one that does the speeches, and it's like the quote unquote priest. She doesn't dress very normal priest like, but in all honesty, again with this town, people dress very business, modern street style type of vibes.
Okay.
So they just don't really follow that typical route. So this is a picture for her. You're welcome. You're looking at a proper full-on wood elf. She's literally just wearing like a modern like dress. It's just as simple as that. So it's like black and white striped vertical stripes essentially. She does have like a black ribbon belt that kind of goes like around the waist that would accentuate her body type a little bit. But overall, it's just like black hair covering the right eye. Kind of like very straight hair. Like it's not like overly short. It's just like enough to where like it stops around the chin. It doesn't go any further past that. And then just very like minimalist like accessories, like 2 small pearl like necklaces and like a pearl bracelet on her like left wrist, and black fingernails, and just like a few rings. Like it's nothing over the top. She keeps it fairly clean, not like she does, unlike Leonardo or you or Talia, who have an obscene amount of accessories. She keeps it very minimal. There's like the one thing that's always kind of like throwing you a little off with her, which by her name, I should actually type out the name because elf names, gotta love it.
Nope.
Alistantra. Is her name.
Fuck
Yep.
you.
Yeah.
I hate you simply for your name.
Damn. The one thing that's always kind of threw you a little off with Alistantra was that you've never seen her smile. She's always been very calm. Like, she's a very calm speaking person. You've never really seen her get excited or really show any form of emotion. She's almost... It's like having a husk of a person that doesn't understand what it means to be happy or sad or angry or really anything. It's like she's always on autopilot, essentially. It's the best way to really put that, I guess.
Man, he can relate.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, she would start showing up. It's that thing of, like, at some point, like, she does check on the the people working, the deans and everybody else. So, like, she would at least, like, come over and just kind of ask, like, Umo, are you doing good? Umo?
No, I'm fine. I'm doing fine.
That's good. You know the normal, just take care of the event, do what you need to do.
I will try. I am not ill this time, so here I am.
It is good to see you in good health.
Yes. Well, I will return to my duties.
Should give you a nod. That's legit the majority of your conversations with her. It's very much, are you good? Okay, you're good. Bye.
Yeah, no, he doesn't try to prolong the conversations either.
Yeah, no, it's fair. It's fair.
Dude, he can't decide if he hates her or pities her. Like, he really can't decide.
Oh, that's fair.
He's like, do I hate you or do I pity you? I can't fucking tell.
We'll figure it out eventually. Oh, man.
Yeah.
The rest of the night would kind of go through. It's not like it's anything crazy. It's essentially you just spend your time, again, just kind of like mainly observing people. Like, if you want to go conversate with random people, you can. But, like, it's that weird thing of a lot of times with these type of events, it's typically kind of just like you help set it up and you help like clean up afterwards type of thing. But there's not really
Yeah.
they don't have much need for you to do stuff in between. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'd just be around and feign like he's smiling. I'm gonna be real, his real emotion is a lot closer to his actual image, which is just like a constant frown. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
he's like, hi. Like for Len or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. It's like every now and then there's like a person too that walks up to you and be like, they do like the casual like, yeah, how are you doing? It's a great day today. Hi, it sure is good to be living under the graces of Len. Am I right or am I right? Like,
Dude, I'm gonna be real. His reaction to someone who hits him with that, he goes, "Oh, but of course, it's glorious." In his head, he's like, "I fucking hate you."
we are just so blessed. We're just so blessed to be living under the good graces of Len. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here. For all the underground would be buried and we would be smitten away and killed. Not to be living under a single soul, only the monsters would be alive. And we know they're horrible people.
But of course. Dude. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, dude, in his head, he's like, you don't know that. Have you got up there? No.
Got up there. Yeah, no, really.
You don't know a damn thing, you stupid bitch.
Dude, yeah, again, like, a lot of the people at this church are just, like, humans that have, like, they've not gone to the surface. They just heard, the monster people rule the surface and they'll slaughter you if you go to the surface. That's kind of, like, the type of shit you hear a lot. Not just at the church, just in general. Like, it's kind of consensus in the underground area that going to the surface is essentially a death sentence. And if you ever see a monster person underground, they might be a scout, and you should probably kill them. Or report them to, like, the authorities. That's kind of, like, the consensus for most people. So there's this weird, like, tension between the monster people and the normal humans. So the people who run the fine line of being a mix, really, like, they don't get slaughtered, but they definitely get discriminated against. So people, like, if you're, like, a half Lupin, or, like, a Lupin, like, people are gonna look at you like, you're beast folk, you're not a monster. But, like... Yeah.
My brain is, like, sitting here like, how would Umo react to this? But also his, like, he reacts a lot faster with the, like, agreeing and just kind of he acts a lot like a yes man.
Yeah.
With how he talks.
No, I get that.
to people, and except in his head, he's just like, I need my job. Nope, I need employment. I need money. As long as I've got money, I'm happy.
God.
I can be happy if I have money.
God.
Like, he does not have a good outlook on anything.
God.
He's kind of got the to give it, like, he's got, like, Nanami energy in that. Like, if I've got money, I'm good.
Yeah.
That kind of energy. And how he thinks.
He's just
right now, at least. No, really, like, but he loves Len as far as anyone can fucking tell, unless they're a mind reader.
Fair.
But if there was a mind reader, trust me, he wouldn't be employed, or they'd be too scared to say something.
One of the two.
Or they agree.
Oh, man. Yeah, no. So, yeah. You'd be able to do the rest of the shift, and then hopefully help Leonardo to clean up.
Yeah, he'd help
Yeah.
Leonardo.
Yeah.
He'd help because he's not a total asshole. He's just mostly. No, he's like, I'm gonna help. Yeah, no, okay. And I think that for him, he's like, no, okay, this does go faster with me helping. He will get out of here sooner.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's better I don't abandon him, and I get extra money.
Exactly.
That's all internal, by the way. External, he's like, we got this. Woo. Like, that kind of like tired from socializing type of woo.
No, I
type
get
of
that.
energy.
Yeah, no, it's really just one of the things you guys just try to clean up for the day. And then eventually you guys can actually go and head out to hopefully head home. Unless you want to go drinking or something else.
He'd probably head to the bar.
Okay. You taking your normal route, or you going a different route? I ask that because, like, typically you would just go down the main road and then just kind of, like, walk the 15 minutes that way. But technically, with it being, like, because it's around, like, I'd say probably, like, from what you can tell, like, 10:30-ish. Because they're like, there's, the only way you guys have a way of telling time, right, is you kind of have to guess from the plants. And so you guys synced your clocks via the way the plants act and the way the animals act. So, like, the animals have their sleep cycles, right? So, like, it's the thing, like, y'all, like, the town kind of realized, oh, well, the animals typically sleep around certain times. Okay, so that must be at this time. So, surely, that mean right now, when the cows are waking up, it's gotta be, like, 6 a.m. So, like, so as far as you guys
Joke's
know,
on us.
Yeah.
Joke's on us. We're working on a 36-hour time clock.
Dude.
Like, our schedules are fucked.
It's possible. It's like 11 p.m. as far as you can tell. It's like, okay, it's around that time. Actually, I'd say 10:30 because a lot of times those events typically don't go for that long. So I'd say probably like 10:30. Yeah.
Does he get paid the next morning, or does he get paid like weekly?
It's like bi-weekly.
When was the last time he got paid?
He got paid last week.
Son of a bitch, he hates his life this week.
Yeah, it's not great. But the reason why I was like, okay, normal route or thing is because, like, normal route is like around 10:30. It's that thing of, like, you could be safer, there's lights and all that stuff, and, like, but it's like a 15-minute walk. If you took a few shortcuts, you could probably get there. It's just, you won't have the lights. It won't be as easy to see where you're going.
He'd sit there and be like, man, I need to do something different. I do the same shit every day. Fuck it. We're gonna go out here. At least I have a torch. I'm good. I have a lantern. I'll be fine. I can see. I fucking kind of.
That's fair.
Like, it's just the most, I need to do something different. I can't. I'm doing the same shit. I'm gonna go into autopilot like the fucking priest. That's all internal. That's internal. He's like, I don't want to go full autopilot like she does. So, I'm taking a different route. Maybe that'll lighten up my day. I don't.
Maybe it will. You never know.
Dude, he's just like, his brain's just like, I'm coping. I just need something different.
He's got to have a change of pace. I understand. So you decide to start going down a different route then. You start kind of like walking down, essentially. You go out of the church, right? You start going down the main road originally at first, and then you divert course into like one of the alleyways. Because you know that if you cut through this alleyway near like this like random neighborhood area, you can kind of cut through and kind of shave off around like 3-ish minutes of the walk. So
Fuck it, man. That's 3 more minutes of drinking.
Yeah, because otherwise, because the thing is, if you don't do that, you have to like basically go down this entire road, then take a right, and then take another right. Like you're basically having to walk a big U, like before you can continue. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like the buildings are in the way, so you can't go directly straight towards the bar. Towards like that tavern because the buildings are right there.
I'm gonna kill the architect. The city planner is gonna meet some hands.
The church is built near like the old area of town, which is mainly why. So like back then they were really just trying their best to keep people alive. So that weird thing, they were cobbling shelter. They were just trying to cobble homes together because they just needed something to live in. Which in hindsight led to the problem of like, okay, well now you have this old area in the center of town that kind of just gets in the way of so like the rest of the town, the newer areas is a lot more organized. It's easier to navigate. Like it's very straight shots, easy to go through. But this one area, the older area of town, is just like, alright, so you gotta take a right, then take another right, then take a left, then take a right, go down 4 miles not 4 miles, but go down like, several blocks this way, then take another right, then take a left, then a left, a left, a left. Don't ask why you have to keep taking so many lefts. Now a right, now you're at the tavern. It's like, bitch, why? Like, it's just, it can be a pain to navigate for people, especially people that are not from this town. You've grown up in this town, so luckily for you, you at least know your way around. But imagine being a traveler passing through. You just want to like find a tavern to stay in for the night, and you literally can't seem to find one because it is like hidden in the mess of buildings. You'd start cutting. Yeah,
he'd cut some corners.
Yeah, you start cutting some corners. As you're like kind of like cutting through, every now and then, like through some of these alleyways, it's like you run into a few things that are like a little like, okay, we don't mess with that, we don't interact, we just keep walking type thing. Like there every now and then there's like a person that's like couldn't afford rent, so they're kind of like just sleeping in the alleyways, or you've got like a drunkard kind of like passed out with like a bottle in hand type thing. Sometimes it's like a little creature that you'll see skitter off. Obviously, if it was an actual hazard to the town, it probably would have already been hunted down, so they probably saw it as not a threat. So at least you know for a fact you're not about to get mauled. So you don't have to worry about the creatures that are skittering off.
Yeah, no, if they're skittering off, that means they're scared. Is there a drunkard that, like, is asleep that I can walk as I'm walking by? Like, is there one?
I'd say there is one.
Does he have a bottle?
Oh, yeah, he's got a bottle.
I'm gonna yoink the bottle.
Alright. I guess sleight of hand.
Okay. I just want to have something that's for range. I literally have no ranged options.
Fair enough.
Like, it's like, I've got alcohol in it, and maybe they won't like the smell. I don't know, it's something.
Oh, man.
21. I got a nat 18.
Okay, yeah. No, the 21, yeah, no, that's not too much of a problem. Yeah, you can just kind of easily slide it out from underneath his hand. He does not notice at all. He is dead asleep. It's kind of like a little bit of alcohol left in it. Not much, though. He drank this thing nearly dry.
That's fine. I'm not going to drink it. I just wanted the bottle.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's also the most like, and maybe if he doesn't have it, it'll encourage him to not drink as much.
In this economy?
I don't know. Yeah, no, really. He's like, I don't know. I'm trying. I cope with many things. That ain't one of them.
Yeah, that's valid. Rena, can you move, please? Thank you. Don't meow at me. Move. Alright. Yeah, no, so you continue kind of cutting through, and you would start to, like, as you're kind of like walking through, you'd start to see like you not really start to see, sorry, you would start to hear what sounds like movement, and then like a clash, I guess is the best way to put it, like as if metal struck rock.
I'm gonna be real. His literal reaction is, and he's gonna move towards it. Like it's
Oh.
one of those like, what the fuck's going on? Hold up.
Yeah. So you can see in the alleyway is a lady. There's a lady and there's a guy. The lady currently has her back to the wall. She looks a little bit different from what you typically see down here. You typically see humans, you see tieflings, you see elves, dwarves, you know, the more common race.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas she has this big red tail. You're looking at more like a human skin, so it's not like she's full fuzzball, but she does have these like red kitsune-like ears. She has this dark red hair that's pretty long. It's pretty messy. Honestly, kind of, it's pretty dirty, I'd even say. She probably hasn't had much chance to actually clean any of her hair. Who knows the last time when she fucking had a bath, in all honesty. She seems to have scars all over her. There are, like, scars on her shoulders, scars near her chest, scars on her neck. There's a massive scar that goes, like, almost like someone sliced her neck at one point. Like, directly horizontally down the, like, on the side of the neck. There's this massive scar going down her right side of her face. And it looks like her eyes are completely, like, silver. They're white. They're just straight glazed over. She's fairly pale looking. She has, like, a black sweater that, like, it shows off the shoulders and doesn't really contain, you know, her upper body too well for reasons. She's a little well endowed. But, like, it's really just that and some, like, ragged jeans. Like, like I'm talking, like, holes everywhere on the jeans type thing. The sweater's definitely seen better days, in all honesty, too.
So, as a player, I'm catching summer kitsune kind of vibes.
Yeah, that you
But
would be able to recognize, at least. You've never seen a summer kitsune before, but from what you've heard about how summer kitsunes are described, this fits the mark pretty well.
Okay, and I was gonna be fully willing, just like he as a character is like, I don't fucking know what you are.
Yeah, no, it's fair. It's one of those things, like, those are one of the more commonly talked about monster races. So,
Okay.
yeah, so you would be able to sit there and be like, okay, I know what you are. You know, you're a bit of a problem. Or you're not a bit of a problem, it's just, you know, why are you here to begin with? And you would see...
Who's attacking you?
So, that is the thing. The person attacking her is one of the paladins of the church. He has a black cape. The reason why you know he's a paladin of the church is because he has the symbol, but you've never seen him at the church. So he's definitely a new face. He has this, like, white hair, this black cloak that has, like, a high color to it. Bright blue eyes. He has the religious symbol ingrained into the collar area of the cloak. He has this, like, white, long, like, heavy-set jacket that seems to go down to his knees. Leather brown belts going across the waist in the hip area where he seems to have a knife holstered on there, and currently he is holding a longsword. He has these, you know, like, these, like, dark brown, almost blackish leather gloves that also have the religious symbol on black leather pants and a leather strap around his right thigh, holding what it probably holsters something, but you wouldn't be able to see it that well because of the jacket.
Okay.
But he seems to actively have just swung just a second ago but he seems to be getting, like, closing in on this girl, on this woman.
Well, I'm glad I have this bottle. Alright. Umo. Yeah, no, I know what you picked. Not a hard decision for you. Sees a paladin attacking somebody. He's like, I don't see why this is justified. Hang on. Here's go. Does he recognize the guy?
Off
No?
the top of your head, no. You can roll me history check if you want, but off the top of your head, you're not recognizing him.
Okay, I'm gonna roll just a like. Yeah, I'm gonna roll like a quick fire history. Oh boy, here we go. 11. I only have a +1.
His face looks familiar. That's about it.
Umo, do you swing or do you try to talk? How far away am I?
You're like, I'd say you're like maybe like 30 feet away right now. Like you just came around the corner and like you're seeing this essentially.
Okay, I know. He would just go, hey, hang on a minute. Hey, hold up. What's going on here?
You would see him kind of like, he does not really probably go out of his way to look directly at you because he's probably trying not to break and lose sight of her. But you can see him very lightly turn his head. Not like a proper turn. Like, it is like very slight movement of the head. A little bit, like maybe a 2-degree turn. Like, not much.
Yeah, Umo would have put the bottle slightly up in his hand so it's kind of hidden, and he doesn't have his scythe out. So
yeah, he would just go, she's from the surface. We're not allowed to have the people of the surface here. It is by my jurisdiction and by my duty to protect the town, to deal with intruders like this. It's a monster. Do not show it sympathy. Go on your way.
Can't quite remember your face, honestly, so... I remember your face, I don't remember your name. Right. Be on my way, yes, of course, sir. So, Yumo's gonna wait, like, gonna start to turn as if he's gonna leave. And he's gonna wait for the guy to look away.
Yeah.
Remember that bottle?
Yeah.
And then he's just I'm not gonna regret this. Just turn back around and hurl that son of a bitch straight for the side of his fucking head.
So you can go ahead and roll me an unarmed strike, I guess, because that's technically what this is. Like for the to hit. I was like, cool. Yeah, like you like started to begin to turn, you see his eyes shift, and you start seeing him begin to raise the longsword above his head again.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be real. The girl sees him turn, and there's like, the second the guy looks away, there's a little bit of a smile of like, yeah, about that. I was just pivoted so I could do this.
I was just waiting for you to give me a fucking reason.
Give me a reason, motherfucker. I don't give a shit. I was looking for a change of pace.
Oh, man.
So with a 24, there is a glass bottle flying for the side of his head, and Umo is approaching rapidly.
Alright, so you can roll me a d4, and that'll be the damage of it. You can add on your strength modifier onto it. And then we will roll for initiative.
I'm also hoping, like, I don't know if it can, but I was wondering if the alcohol could, like, make him roll a con save or be blinded for a turn.
I mean, you're kind of more hitting on the side of the head. With that still...
It's still alcohol splashing in your face.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, I'm fine
so,
with
like,
that.
I wouldn't imagine it's high, because it's not a lot, but...
Yeah, I'll roll.
There's also glass breaking against the side of your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's
Um,
also harder things that can hit you on the side of the head that don't do stuff like that, like in D&D. But I do get your point.
Yeah, it's like again, that's the fun thing I think, and personally in my head, that's the fun thing about improvised weapons.
Yeah,
Their rules aren't as set in stone.
that's
So
true.
it's kind of why like I unironically want Yumo to use a lot less. Like, yeah, he has his glaive or his scythe, but he's also like, I got a bottle and
I got a bottle in my fist.
I got a bottle and this lighter fluid. So
What happens if I add two together?
so I do 5 damage to the side of his head with the bottle. 5 slashing probably. I don't know.
Heck yeah. Okay. Cool. Honestly, it might be more. I don't know. Slashing / piercing. I kind of like a mix of both.
Yeah, like it's one of those weird like
Yeah.
it's doing both.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
I know the
so
answer
many
for the
things
con
that
save.
technically do both.
Technically both. I know the answer for the con save. You'll find out the answer to that when it actually gets to his turn. I think that makes sense.
Yeah. Also, Anya has hearted the girl who's getting attacked.
that
She's
is.
just trying to live.
She's just trying to live. Yeah, no, she hasn't done anything wrong. She basically just got told you're a monster, die. Essentially.
Yeah, that's
He was also
Dude,
calling
that's-
her an it. Like there
Yeah.
was no humanity being shown for that.
yeah. No, that's where Yumo was like, I might not be the best of person, but I draw a goddamn line.
Yeah, yeah. That was valid. Roll me your initiative, by the way. I know his initiative.
I mean, I only got a +1.
Let's see what you get.
7.
Okay, we're going to. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't be a roll again because you guys don't have the same modifiers for initiative. He will go first.
I got a +1. I'm assuming he has like a +2.
He has a +3.
Fucking asshole.
Indeed. Oh, I forgot about the girls. Never mind. Okay, so you hurl this glass bottle. It crashes into the side of his head. You would see his head kind of like recoil back, and you can see him kind of like grit his teeth as like his head, as is like the sword that he was holding over his head. He kind of like it falters as he kind of like has to like re-steady himself, because that would catch anybody off guard. Let's be real. He kind of like reshifts his position, and you would see the girl just go and she just kind of like swings wildly at this guy in the general direction of him. Okay. Yeah. She does actually hit.
Oh my god.
She
I'm
meet-
guessing.
She meets his AC, as she kind of just like you can tell she doesn't know how to fight. She kind of just full hand, like spreads her right hand out like a high five format and just kind of slaps him.
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
Yumo would say, towards me, come over here.
Yeah.
Like, move the fuck away from him. Don't just stand there.
She definitely will. She would definitely be trying to do that. She slaps him for 1 like bludgeoning damage, and then
Oh my god.
like basically you would see as she like then like holds onto the wall and begins to like shuffle towards your main direction with her 30 feet of movement.
Okay, so is she next to me?
She
With that-
would she would basically make her way next to you, or at least to the best of her ability. The guy would try to take an opportunity of attack on the process while she tries to shuffle away, of course. Oh fuck. Okay, so he does. You'd see. Actually, hold up. No, because you would now notice. Yes, he is indeed blinded. Why did you still roll well, you asshole? So you would see him like basically his eyes are closed. You see him like he's like with his left hand, he's trying to like wipe away the alcohol off his eyes, and you see him just like begin to hear the movement, and like he just like he acts like as if he did not just get his shit slapped. Like he's got a red mark over his face where her hand was. Like, and you see him swing blindly in the direction of her as he does manage to slash like the back of her right elbow.
Oh my
As
god.
it cuts in to her elbow, and you'd see it's not a small cut. Like it's a good amount of blood that's starting to trickle from that. Like that, blood's very quickly beginning to pour from her right elbow.
Oh my god.
But
I'm guessing.
Yeah, she's basically dragged this blood over the like stone wall. So this normal gray wall now has a streak of crimson just over the entire area of where she just went. From where she came from and where she went. So
Oh boy.
yeah.
Yumo's standing here. He's also, as this is happening, he's grabbing his scythe off his back, which is causing the wrap to come off.
Yep. Yep.
This is the most just like, I'm gonna, like I said, in his head, he's like, I might regret this, but I fucking will. I needed a change of pace.
That's fair. That's fair. Yep. She would end her turn essentially just kind of like lightly like kind of keeping her hand on your shoulder like, okay, where, okay. You're kind of, I don't think it takes much to kind of be able to figure it out. She might not be able to see.
Okay.
Which is why
So
she was clinging onto the wall.
Okay. That would make sense.
It's also why
Yeah,
she
no,
swung blindly. Is the thing of normally I wouldn't tell you this sort of information, but it makes sense it's very clear, like the way she's moving, it is very obvious. She does not know where she is.
Yeah, no, Yumo would like lightly put his arm on her and it's that slight like shift over here slightly so you're kind of behind me.
Yeah.
Because if he gets by me, it's you're on your own, bitch.
Yeah.
I've got some HP, but I don't got much.
That's valid.
I like, unironically, Yumo is sitting here going, I think I can take 1, maybe 2 smite hits, and then I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have much in the way of health.
That's fair. You would then see as it becomes his turn, as the knight would begin to start making his way in your general direction. As he would begin walking towards and just go, by the counsel of Lin and by the orders that I have been given, I must take hold of my duty. And with that being said, I, Eric Dawn, will now slay what stands in our town. And if you wish to protect what acts as a form of danger to this town, then you are a part of the threat. As he begins to lift his sword, as he casts Divine Smite on it, and begins to swing down.
Out, it's fucking history. Who the fuck are you?
You can roll another history if you want. It'll be a free action.
Okay, 19.
19. Yeah, so you remember it being mentioned that one of the newer paladins that had been hired in one of the near towns, that had actively was a guy named Eric Dawn. He had actually come to town like recently, because there was supposed to be a meeting that was going to be happening. So he was supposed to be guarding one of the other priests from the other town. Because that priest and the priestess of your town were going to basically have a meeting of some sort. You didn't know of what, but yeah, he was essentially one of the 2 paladins that was protecting that priest.
Oh,
But
that's rough.
He's one of the newer ones, so there's the veteran. So this was kind of like his, like, not his first mission per se, but it was like, it's like, you know, he's like the rookie being like shadowing the veteran type thing.
Oh, man, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that you have to deal with me now because I cheat. I don't abide by rules.
Yes. That will be I actually don't think this is gonna hit because he has to roll a disadvantage because he is blinded for just this turn. Next turn he'll get it if
Thank
he's
God.
alive in next turn. But I don't know how hard you hit, so that's why I'm like I don't know. You would see that he would definitely begin to like. What's your AC?
15.
Okay, yeah, no, he misses. You would see him
yeah.
basically begin to bring it down, but because again he is kind of blinded, he's having to swing kind of like in a like just blinded direction. So you see him bring it over his head and swing vertically down, probably hoping to slash down your face. But instead, he kind of just brings it, like, almost into your shoulder, and you just kind of, like, slightly move out of the way.
So the thing with Umo as well is that, weirdly enough, something that people don't often realize, he does actually wear armor.
Yeah.
Because he's not that nimble of a person.
Yeah,
so, it's a luckily thing he's like, glaive, block.
No, I get that.
I'm not. No. Fuck you.
That would be the end of his turn, by the way.
Okay, good. Miss, bitch. Alright. Oh god. Okay. You would just hear ah yes, Eric Dawn. Oh, that's a pity. Well, a pity you had to deal with me. As he'd snap his fingers as blood vessels on like some like parts of his hand would begin to bleed.
Yeah.
As acidic chains rend out from the ground from as if coming from his blood.
Mm-hmm.
As they will begin to wrap around and attempt to restrain Eric.
Okay.
As these acidic chains, also I take damage, as this is literally stealing my blood to... This is just chains made out of my blood.
Yeah.
As I take 6 damage for casting this.
Hell yeah.
Now the thing is that right now, on level 3, that hurts a lot. Late game, that don't do shit.
Yeah.
So I can target a creature within 30 feet. They must succeed a strength save or be restrained until the end of my next turn. Or I can choose to maintain it for an extra... I can maintain it for up to a minute. However, every turn I maintain it, I take damage.
Gotcha.
Because it's sapping my blood to maintain the... And he also takes acid damage at the start of his turn. And he can only end it at the end of his turn. Or it ends on my turn. So... weirdly enough, if he is restrained, he only really gets to try to end it at the end of his turn, but he takes damage at the start.
Yeah.
So he takes acid damage because, you know, acidic chains. So he needs to make me a DC 13 strength save. I really hope he fails, because I'm gonna need this damage.
Damn it. He literally just meets the DC. So
That's fair.
You would see as the chains would begin to try and wrap around him, and you would see him basically spin the sword to aim downwards. You know, like how like when you hold a sword for like like if you hold your fist directly out, the sword would be aiming vertically upwards. He basically spins it so it aims directly downwards, so he can basically just slash at the chains.
All right, as oh boy, as Umo takes more damage. As his blade, as he runs his hand down his blade, as acid begins to drip from his scythe. Weirdly enough, it doesn't seem to be damaging the scythe.
Okay.
As it will deal additional acid damage now, and it ignores non-magical armor AC bonuses. So if he's wearing, so essentially his armor, whatever it is nullified from its AC unless it's magical.
Okay, cool.
So if he's just wearing like normal like scale mail or like half plate or something like that, now it's just his dex bonus is his AC.
Sick. All right.
Which I think means his AC is 13?
Possibly.
I don't know. It's up to you to tell me and find the fuck out, I guess. I'm about to meet God, I swear. I swing my scythe with a 16 to hit.
That will hit, yes.
Fuck yeah. I will now roll...
Essentially, like, while he's slashing his sword to break the chains away, you just bring your scythe directly up his torso. Just one
Hell
big
yeah.
cleave upwards.
As he would feel his chest as I'm assuming acid would chew through some of his armor,
Yeah.
as I'm assuming he is wearing some.
It basically cuts...
As he will take...
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay, go ahead.
It basically cuts directly through that, like, relatively thick-hided jacket that he's wearing, which seems to probably be his form of armor. It's essentially like padded leather, essentially.
Fair enough.
As it would cut through that, and then also, like, while going up near the end of his arc, it would, like, slightly scathe a bit of, like, the middle area of his nose, like the tip of it.
Yeah, scythes suck for that.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have a lot of reach with their blades.
Definitely.
So he takes 8 slashing
Okay.
and 4 acid damage.
You can see him stumble back as blood would begin to pour from that area. He's standing, but it's not by much. Like, he is, like, you can see, like, when he stumbles back, blood begins to pour. You can see, like, his left arm doesn't go limp, but you can definitely see, like, just from that spike of loss of blood, like, he's struggling to keep his limbs going, if that makes sense. Because just from the shock alone is a problem.
Yay!
Yeah.
Luckily enough for me, this sizzling acid that's now on my scythe, lasts for 3 turns, so I only have to apply it every 3 turns.
Heck yeah.
But I am almost bloodied from my own damage.
That's fair. That's fair.
This is where Umo is like, I think I can take 1, maybe 2, if I don't use my abilities.
I get that. But that would be the end of his turn, correct?
Unfortunately. He tried to restrain, didn't work, and he used his scythe. So, yes.
Alright. The girl is up next. You would see as, like, she would kind of, like, begin to, because she is behind you, you see as she begins to kind of, like, tap her foot around, trying to, like, feel around her. And then you would see that, like, she begins to reach for, like, a chunk of stone on the floor. As she grabs the stone.
Don't hit me. That's in his head. Don't. Like, in his head, he's like, don't hit me. I'm in front of you. I'm gonna move slightly to the side.
Yeah, no, that's valid. That's valid. She's rolling with disadvantage because she is blind. But she would just kind of, like, chuck in the direction and hope that she does something. She would chuck this rock, and you would like you just hear that's it. As it goes over your shoulder, and it would just kind of like miss. It would just hit a wall and bounce off. She's like, "Did I get him? No, I don't think I got him."
Nearly. Quite close.
Thank you, God. As next up is
Dude, in his head, he's like, huh? What?
Next up is Eric. Eric is no longer blinded, as the alcohol is no longer in his eyes.
Dude, and he opens he sees now just a dude with a scythe that's dripping in acid.
Yeah. You can see, like, him just kind of just, just under his cheese, just, that's how you were able to cut through. That makes sense. No matter. Lynn will guide me through. As you see him basically take one clear step forward, as he puts, because of trying to probably try and make up for his basically fading strength now, his weight forward to thrust the sword as he is aiming for your abdomen. I know that's going to hit because the natural is higher than your AC.
Actually...
Yeah?
Don't be a dick.
I have nothing. Like literally, like have a day, I guess.
Fair enough. I was gonna say it's natural. You got a natural 16.
Bro, I'm literally sitting here like, actually, I'm fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, as this sword would basically plunge into your abdomen. And you would take... I am going to roll the damager. Where is it? Here it is. 6 slashing, or I guess in this case, piercing damage. And then with the schmat still active, 4 radiant damage.
Ow. I'm standing.
That's fair. As he would, with his bonus action, bring his foot to your chest and try to shove you backwards to try and knock you prone while tearing his sword out of your abdomen. So you can roll me a strength save.
I'm not good at these. I'm actually no. Okay. So that's true and a lie. Like I'm not bad at them.
Yeah.
Per se, because I have somewhat okay strength.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 15?
That will succeed. So essentially, instead of him knocking you, like, down, he would basically just, like, shove you back, but it wouldn't be enough to knock you into the girl in the process, luckily. So it's just like enough for him to basically tear his sword out of you, and then, like, make you take, like, a step back that you have to brace yourself with. And that will be the end of his turn.
Fair. As Umo would just grit his teeth, honestly. As he'd look forward, he goes, I don't remember paladins being all that nimble. Let's test that.
Alright.
As a detonation of acid would erupt from his hand down the path in front of him.
Alright.
As he casts Erosion Wave.
Sick.
Which creates a 15-foot cone of acidic vapor. Creatures must make a dexterity saving throw, or taking 3d8 acid on failure and half on success.
And what is the DC?
13.
He will fail. As this vapor of acid would essentially... It's like, I'm guessing it's kind of like a mist, essentially, right? Just
it's like an acidic... Yeah. Weirdly enough, he's using the, like, hole in his abdomen that this fucker created to just detonate out, like, acidic blood that fills the air around him.
Alright, cool, yeah. No, so this acidic blood just goes spraying outwards, and you would see as it would begin to just... You can go roll the damage, by the way. As it would just begin to just shoot outwards, cling onto his skin, and begin just burning through the clothing, burning into his face. There's very little skin actually being, like, exposed right now. So a lot of it's more just eating away at his face, essentially, which is the big thing here.
Weirdly enough, also, this is another thing. His AC is reduced by 1.
Okay.
Until the start of my next turn because of the acid.
Alright.
So, I have a lot of gimmicks that reduce AC.
Hell yeah.
So it's like the thing of like, I have an AC of 25. You have an AC of fucking 10. Well, I beg your pardon.
Oh, man.
I beg your fucking pardon.
What'd you get, though?
I do 11 acid damage.
11 acid, okay. As you would see it begin eating away at his face, you would see the skin on his face begin to flake away so quickly that you'd begin to see muscle.
Oh, fuck.
As it eats away at his face, and he's, like, basically scratching at his face. As he's, like, scratching and tearing at it, like, trying to get this acid off his face. You'd see him, like, even bring up the cloak to try and, like use the cloak as, like, a way to, like, wipe it away, but it's not any better, because he's just in this mist, essentially. As you see him fall to the floor, screaming in pain. as all you're hearing just echoing through this cave town, essentially just essentially, and then it would just go dead silent.
I'm gonna be real. What the girl hears is just this heaving for air.
Yeah.
Cause Umo is at 2 HP. Like,
Yeah.
Erosion Wave is his... It's not his all or nothing button,
Yeah.
but it's like second to it. Like, it's his... This is expensive. God, I hope this works.
Oh,
Button.
man.
Because he's got that and another one, but I'm not going to say what that one does, because I haven't shown 2 of his abilities, so I'll let those reveal themselves in time.
That's fair. That's fair. She would kind of like grab onto your your clothing essentially, and just kind of like tug at it, like, where do we go? Where do we go, God? What do we do?
Alright. Like, dude, I'm gonna be real. In his head, he's like, I'm not a god. I'm not a god. Dude, yeah, no, you're gonna say this is a stupid decision. You're not smart. You're not the brightest. And it's gonna be the caveat to this fucking campaign. Here we go. He would just go, I'm not a god. I merely knew I should come this way. I'm glad I did.
A prophet. Of course, a prophet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
Where do we... The guards will probably be coming soon.
Yeah, we need to leave.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take his stuff. Come on, I'm gonna take her. I'm gonna leave
Alright.
rather quickly, actually. And I'm gonna try to get back to my home
Okay.
without her getting caught.
Yeah, so you guys essentially can, like, roll, I guess, a group stealth. You would learn very quickly, like, as you guys are kind of passing through, that her name is Rhea. She would try and be mainly quiet, so not to throw away the stealth, but she would at least let you know, just kind of like in a whisper, like, it's Rhea, by the way.
And he would, like, I'm gonna be real. It's like in between him, like, trying not to cough out blood.
Yeah.
Umo.
Of course. While you
Okay.
get that roll, let me pause for a quick second. And we're back, everybody. What was your stealth check?
What?
Yeah?
Oh fuck, it's a disadvantage.
Yeah.
I set a timer.
I did too.
Okay. So, luckily, I only have a. Okay, so I had a natural 19.
Yeah.
Had. But I have disadvantage because I'm technically wearing. I just gave him the armor that the class was like, yeah, you have this
Yeah.
as medium armor, so he has a type of scale mail, I guess.
God. Yeah, it's technically a type of scale mail. That's fair.
It's called silk.
Definitely the same thing, for sure.
Yeah. Sure. Whatever. He would oof. Yeah, no, he only gets like an 11. So.
Okay. Well, luckily it is a group stealth. So you get to add on the girls onto it. So with her dirty 20 and your 11.
I'm the one bleeding. I'm the one that had blood pouring from my body, so I'm fine being the one with weak stealth. I would try to make sure though that I don't have a fucking blood trail going to my house.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, no, it's really one of those things where you kind of just, like, you could probably just use, like, one of your pieces of cloth to, like, kind of at least close or at least stop the bleeding, stench the bleeding a little bit by kind of like, like
Yeah.
wrapping the cloth around that area of your abdomen.
Yeah, I would grab the cloth that comes off of my fucking sword, my fucking scythe, by the way. I'm not leaving that. Like, that's an obvious thing that's me.
Yeah, you don't, Yeah, you don't want to leave that. A lot of things you don't want to leave typically at a crime scene. There is the bottle, which you can't do much about. It's kind of sharing pieces. If they, for some reason,
Weirdly enough, there is that drunkard, so...
Yeah, like, they're the drunkards. Drunkards are not an uncommon thing here, so it's like, it's not, it's not, like, out of the question. There's not, like, a good way for them to do things that we do in modern day where they can, like, check for fingerprints. That's not really something they can really do here. The only people that really have that type of technology to do stuff like that is, like, the Madden King's, like, personal staff. But, like, y'all are... The Madden King, his main area of his kingdom is, like, near the very bottom. Like, his area is, like, essentially near the original location of the Hell-Chained Islands. So, he's a good distance. A good distance from y'all, to be honest.
Good. Yeah. I didn't want to get away with murder, but I just did.
You just did. Congratulations.
Woohoo!
Woohoo, I guess.
TM.
Crazy work. That poor homeless man's gonna get framed.
Yeah, no, just so everybody knows, I did not know.
Yeah.
I did not. I was just like, I just want the bottle.
Oh.
That's just like, I'm going down a sketchy area, like,
Oh yeah.
a side street I don't go down often. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'll just take this guy's bottle so I can chuck it as needed. And then I'm like, why do I actually need this?
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. Yeah, so essentially you stop your bleeding with some of your cloth. She would use a bit of the long sleeve bit of her sweater to also kind of do the same on her elbow area, because that was also bleeding pretty bad. He almost, like, took her out, because she doesn't have a lot of HP. So, I had, like, a base HP in mind, and she has, like, 2 HP left. So.
Yes.
Because, like, she can take, like, like, she's not, like, as weak as a normal villager. She's got a little bit more HP than that, but not by much. Like...
Does this bitch have 10 health?
She has 10 health. Like...
Oh my god.
She has no class. She doesn't know how to fight. At least she's doing it because she's just a little tanky just from, like, past experiences.
I swear to god, I'm gonna give this lady a class and she's gonna be terrifying.
She might be.
I have a class in mind if she is what I think she is.
Oh, man. Yeah, no. You guys can get back to your home safely. There's a few moments where you kind of have to, like, hide up in an alleyway, wait a little bit for the guards to pass, and then keep going.
Bro, what are the guards doing? Like, are they just like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, it's that weird thing, like, they aren't rushing, because, like, when you first leave, there's, like, a guard that shows up rushing, because he was, like, there's definitely at least one guy that's like, okay, that was a scream. What the hell is that? That's in my vicinity, because essentially the guards are given, like, areas of the town they like, have to watch over. And during nighttime, the guards there aren't as many guards as there are in the nighttime, so a lot of the daytime ones are having to wake up, like, what was that? Oh, God, let me go get equipped. Oh, I just want to sleep. Like... But, like, the nighttime one is, like, so you got, like, 1 or 2, like, in each area of, like, the town. So, like, you've got, like, one running up, and then, like, probably a little bit later, the second one probably ran up. So, like, the ones that are, like, outside of that jurisdiction area are having to, like, be like, alright, I'll stay here. My partner can go, like, walk over there and see what's going on. Like, it'll take a bit there, so there's no point in running, because at that point, if something was running, it would have, trying to run away, it would have already gotten away at that point. So... it's that weird thing of, like, every now and then you see a guard walking away, like, okay, where do I gotta go? What area? I gotta guess what area of town that sound came from. Somewhere in this direction. That's all I'm working with.
Bro, yeah, no, man, yeah, you keep it up.
Yeah. The one that was in that area, they got there pretty quick. Like, it was just some, like, human, like, in just, like, normal like guards clothes, right? Like it's nothing special, right? So like he got there fairly quick, but after that, the others were definitely taking their time. So it was more like waiting for like patrols to get out of the way and eventually walk away and then continue forward because yeah.
Dude, nah, I'm not. No, nah, I can't take a normal guard, dude.
Yeah, no. Yeah, because like another thing that is like not good with like it's like, oh yeah, there's the guard running up. Before that second guard even got into the area, you could already see that Talia was running up, and it's like, oh.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yep. So yeah, no. You never saw Leo, so you don't know if he got involved with it or not, but you at least know Talia got involved.
Cat did.
Cat. Chill out.
Leo's probably at the bar wondering where the fuck I went.
Probably.
Oh, God.
Oh, jeez. I mean, there's just a shot that he's just assuming that you got tired and just decided to go home.
Yeah, I got tired for definitely no combative reason.
Not at all. Yeah, so...
I'm not smuggling away a fucking... what our fucking village would consider a monster.
Essentially, yeah. So you get to your area. You were essentially you essentially have been living in like an apartment complex area. So you've got this home sweet home. You've got this 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 kitchen, with a small little living room area, compact apartment area. It's got a mixture of stone and marble walls. And like,
hell yeah.
Oh my god, Cat. Oh my god, I'm letting you in. Chill out. Oh my god, Cat. Let me do my thing. What? You're good. Alright, Rita. Come on, buddy. Come on. Over here. Yeah, over here. Don't stand on the other side of the room. Come on. Wasting my time, Cat. Okay. Hi. I'm back.
Hello.
Yeah. She would not leave my door. My mom tried to get her to like go over to her lap, and she just refused. Yeah. So, you've got probably like whatever furnishings you think Umo would buy. Like, what would his place be like? Like, what would you furnish his place with?
So he's definitely got a couch, or in case he doesn't feel like actually walking to his bed.
Yeah. That's fair.
Like, he's got a couch, he's got, like, general amenities?
Yeah.
Like, there's a table.
That's fair.
There's a table, there's a rack probably in his room to hold his scythe.
Yeah.
And probably like a coat rack, like near the fucking door.
Yeah.
It's got generalized stuff of like he at least tries to take care of himself.
Yeah, I mean,
but
it makes sense.
Kind of visible that there's not a whole lot of motivation behind it.
No, I get that. I feel like it's one of those things with, like, what vibes I've gotten with him, he probably has a very, like, a lot of that furniture is probably a mixture of, like, things that, like, he bought that were, like, on the cheaper side that were, like, like, things that could be easily acquired. And then, like, the bigger pieces, like, probably, like, the table, the chair, the couches, that sort of stuff. I feel like that is probably stuff that was, like, scrounged up, like, not in the way of like, oh, it's a beaten up piece of crap. No, like more like it's like you go to like an antique store and you buy like a piece of like furniture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like type thing. There wouldn't be technically a antique store, but more or less of like you probably have some stuff that was originally used in the casino. Type of thing.
Secondhand shop.
Yeah. So you probably secondhand shop. Yeah, so you like that couch is probably just like a booth from like that you used to probably sit at like one of the tables where you could get some food at inside the casino. Because you remember how big the Genesis ship was. That place was massive. he had like, it wasn't just a casino. Like he had a full-on living area where people could live. He had a residential area. He had like shops and restaurants, and so this is probably like a booth from like one of the random restaurants in there.
Hell yeah.
like if you have like your dining table, it's probably just like some dining table from like a restaurant with like, you know, some like nice little, as nice as they could be. They're definitely not in their peak form, but you know, nice, quote unquote, like, you know, like chairs for the table, you know, in case you have any guests. That's
Nice enough.
Nice enough, yeah. Whereas like
for his like 1 or 2 guests.
Yeah, which is normally just the 2 people that you are friends with, which is Leonardo and Sarissa, who is your drinking buddy.
Yes.
But I feel like whereas like things like the hat rack is probably really just the most like, what's cheap? There's a metal
It's a
hat
metal
rack.
rod.
Yeah, I can just get a metal rod from the blacksmith and ask him to make it stick out in a few random hooking areas so I can put a hat, maybe a coat on there, you know, like.
Good enough.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that he has a hat rack when he doesn't even wear a hat, really.
It's a coat rack.
Yeah, a coat rack.
Coat rack.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, no. Yeah, you guys would be able to stumble into there.
He'd shut his house. Like he's like, all right, close, lock.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, that's that. I'm gonna close the blinds if there are, or like close the window. Curtain.
Yeah, you have like curtains essentially. So you just be able to like grab the. I feel like considering he spent silk on stuff, he probably has like silk curtains. He probably just saved up for it.
Yeah. No, he's the fucker that like. It's not that he does take care of himself, so he does at least look nice. It's just no one knows why.
It's fair. It's fair. Yeah, so he would he closed the silk curtains essentially. And then just kind of I guess he can just do what he needs to, but no, Rio would essentially just kind of fumble around until she eventually finds a place where she can just sit. Like that.
Yeah, he'd sit her down on the couch and the most you can sit here. You should be safe here.
Thank you.
Does he have a shower or anything like that?
Yeah, he probably does. I mean, they figured out they at least, while they lack tech, they do at least know basic plumbing and stuff. So they do have the necessities at the least.
Yeah, he would sit there. He goes, "If you need to take a..." Oh, that lack of blood's catching up to me. If you need to take a shower, you can.
She would thank you. She would slowly try to go find the shower.
He'd lead her over there because he's like, "I'm not an asshole.
Yeah,
I'm not."
That's fair.
Okay. I'm not. I'm an asshole. I'm not heartless.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
have lights in his
My
house?
cold, dead heart beats occasionally.
He does have lights in his house, Anya, but she is blind. Yeah, no.
He, by the way, is in I need, in his head, he's like, we need to do something to get you to where you don't need your eyes.
Yeah.
Fucking blindside about to go hard.
Oh, man.
Oh, you need to be able to fight. You need
to be able to do something. Oh,
you need to be able to do something, anything more than what you can do.
She's trying, man.
Yeah, no. And he's sitting there and I am not the teacher. No, I am not the teaching type, but I'm gonna have to.
Not much of a choice here.
He would lead her there, and then he'd walk off to fucking wrap his head around what the fuck he just did. He's made no comment on that. That's just, now he's all internally okay. Alright, I have just confirmed this lady. I am a prophet. A prophet to what?
Yeah, no, really. Profit of what? The other question comes into play of how long does he want to stay at this apartment? He can try and take a short rest or a long rest. I don't know what you're wanting to do here with this. Do you want to take a short rest or a long rest? Basically, just while you're taking your time to try and like wrap your head around things, you know, that whole shebang.
Does he know how the guards would handle this type of situation?
Murders rarely happen here. Because of the Underdark with how things are and how even though tensions do get high often, people rarely get into genuine physical fights like this. And that's mainly because of like there's still that sense of union in this town because they're trying to survive against the constant threats that lurk in the Underdark. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
I see what he really don't have that.
Yeah, he has grown here. So I'll say this: you can roll a history check.
I would say he was probably more willing to kill. He also, I'm gonna be real. He probably didn't mean to kill him.
Yeah. I
But
mean, he might
kind of
he might still be alive. You don't know. Like, if he is still alive, that's gonna be one hell of a scar. Or sorry, scars. Let's be real.
Yeah.
And
I don't like the way Yumo's looking at it. He's like, people don't go dead silent like that. Typically, when they fall unconscious, usually. There's at least like when they go into death saves, there's at least a little bit of consciousness there. He was just fucking still.
Yeah.
Yumo's assuming he's dead.
Either he's dead or
What-
or he blacked out from the pain.
Yeah,
Because if you get too much pain like surging through your body at once, you can straight up black out. Like, that is a thing.
Yeah, Yumo isn't assuming he's safe.
Yeah.
But the guy doesn't know who he is.
Correct.
Because the guy's not from here.
Yeah.
However, Yumo has a very identifying outfit. Fucker.
That is true.
God, I wish I'd killed him in that one round where he was blind, because then he literally would have nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Fucker. If he hadn't succeeded that save, he actually would have gone down. Because...
Yeah.
You bastard. Yumo can lie. He's not bad at lying. It's just whether or not they believe him.
Yeah.
But if it's Talia, she's not gonna believe him.
Dude, Talia's just a problem.
Dude, I can't kill Talia. She's too strong. Did I get any experience from defeating him, by the way?
Perchance. I'm trying to remember, are we doing milestone or are we doing EXP?
I have him set to EXP. I don't know. Like...
You know what? I'll get back to you at the end of the session on that, because I gotta figure out if we're doing EXP or milestone.
That's fair, man.
Yeah. That's that weird thing of either person, because we had this planned out for like months, so I'm sitting here like, is this EXP based? What were we gonna do? I don't know.
I think we talked about it at one point.
Yeah. We'll figure it out after session. We'll settle on something.
No. Dude, no, really. He's sitting here like... I know for sure Yumo was more willing to... like, in Yumo's head, he was like, I can't just sit idly by. I'm not... No. So at the end of the day, in his head, he's like, no, I'm justified.
Yeah.
I can't sit idly by while someone who literally can't defend themselves isn't getting called an it and a monster.
Yeah.
this bitch is blind. She...
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he's like, I can't do that. No, I don't. Well, I might not be a good person. I'm better than that.
I have limits.
At the end of the day, I have a code, and that's fucking steps beyond it.
Oh yeah.
So he let her. He honestly, he'd probably. Okay, I'm also gonna roll that history to see if he can think about how the people would handle it.
Okay.
Oh, what I get. What I get. Thank God I'm rolling okay.
Okay.
Fuck. I got a 17.
17. You can remember in the past the few times something like this has happened. Again, obscenely rare.
Yeah.
When it's happened in the past, it has been very like. Okay, so this is the weird thing, right? It counted on what culprit of the murder it was. So, like, typically the guards got invested into it first, right? The guards would investigate, try and figure out what's going on. Try and figure out, like, who caused it, or, you know, who did it. If the tracks started leading into a direction that dealt with the church, then the church would get involved.
Well,
So then,
it automatically involves the church, because that was a paladin.
yeah. So you can probably lead down to, okay, well, the person that was slaughtered was a church person. It was a paladin. So it's that weird thing of you might have. Okay, so here's the thing, right? There's three ways this can go when the church takes over when it comes into account. Either the paladins start taking over the investigation and they start looking into it. Meaning the crusade starts looking into the situation.
I don't want that one.
Yeah. The priestess will possibly actually get a hired hand to look into it, like a private eye, essentially. So, like, the guards will continue looking into it, and then the priestess will hire a private eye to work on the side. Basically using some of the church fundings to be like, okay, hey, what's going on here? Look into this. Basically somebody who's, like, specialized in this sort of thing.
Oh,
And
that's
then,
almost worse.
yeah, and if that person comes up and finds anything that the guards haven't figured out, it gets reported directly to the paladin captain. And then the captain paladin handles it. And then normally the third option, and this is the one that happens the least typically, which is sometimes Leonardo's side of things. The clerics will be sent out to try and look into it. If there looks to be anything that might be like a religious discrimination or anything like that, if they chalk it up to like, this looks like it was a hate crime against the paladin, then there's a shot they send clerics to look into it. Because they kind of have a different way, a different perspective than what paladins would. Paladins are very, for the greater good, devout justice, whereas the clerics, while they do have a very strong faith, they don't go by a blind faith. They go by what makes sense to them. So they're more logical with their approach. Which means they would be more thorough with their investigation.
So they all suck. Every option sucks.
It's that thing of like, you've never met the paladin captain, but it means you'd either be dealing with Talia's group, the captain himself, or Leonardo's group. But the difference is, though, here's one thing. Talia's group would probably be more brash. I mean, they'd probably be trying to be a lot more aggressive and trying to find out who it is. But it also means that they probably wouldn't be as quick to find leads. Because they would be a lot more like, alright, where is it? Where is it? And just like constant rushing around, like kicking down doors, like type shit. Like, have you seen blah blah blah? Like, whereas Leonardo his group would be a lot more like, okay, we're going to slowly look into this. We're going to take our time. And once we figure things out, we will plan accordingly and we will deal with it accordingly. The captain is that mix. From what you can gauge. From the one time you heard the captain actually get called in, it was like a mix of the two.
Yeah, so from the way Yumo's looking at things, he probably can't stay in town.
Yeah. Like, you might have a few hours. Like, because I think, like, even with Talia's would be the quickest to act. Even with Talia's, it would still take a bit because they have to assemble the group. They do have to actually start looking around, all that stuff. So even with that, you know you'd at least have a few hours. But you would at least know for sure you don't want to be staying and then showing up to your next shift.
But my money...
Should have thought about that before you killed the paladin.
It was either him or her, and I'm more okay with her living.
Valid.
Then suffer and no money.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, Yumo would sit there and think. In his head, there's just that, like, none of this is out loud. He's just thinking. In his head, he's like, why the fuck am I a prophet now? Whatever. Sure. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna go with it. It makes it easier. That means she follows me and doesn't ask questions. Sure. Sure. Fuck it.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Alright, so he's gonna... Oh, she's showering, honestly. Like, dude, it's the most, like, I'm near death, but I don't have time to rest.
Yeah.
Like, he'd probably give himself a short rest to think and plan.
Yeah.
Of which, I'm gonna keep it a buck. He's gonna heal himself
Okay.
with a short rest.
Short rest you can take then.
Yeah, because he's only gonna burn an hour of sitting around.
Valid.
Eating, drinking, reading, or tending to wounds. Yeah, let me tell you, those wounds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. That is valid.
Like, he's burning all of his hit die.
Fair enough.
Of which he got 25 health back. We fucking take those.
Nice. At least you rolled well for it.
Yes, I got a 10.
Hey, let's go.
You know, so he'd then get up, and in his head he's like, okay, food, water. Where the fuck do I go? I don't fucking know. Guess I'll try to find some fucking offshoot cave that doesn't look like instant death.
Valid. Valid.
Like, I'm gonna find something unmapped.
Oh, man.
Fuck. Yeah, no, I don't have time for this. I gotta leave.
Yeah. As you begin to...
So,
yeah.
pack. He's gonna pack up food, water, as much as he has.
Alright.
Honestly, knowing him, while he does go out drinking, like, he would be a person to have, like, food.
Yeah,
Like, he would have shit at his house that's just, like, in case he's too lazy to walk to the bar.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, man.
And he does have... He's at least confident enough in his abilities to deal with a monster if they need some emergency food.
Yeah.
So he's like, water's gonna be the big thing. Okay, I'm gonna get some water.
Alright.
So he's gonna fill up as much as he can.
Hey, that's fair, man. You see for Rai, she also packs. And by packing, she makes sure that she has the one singular thing in her entire inventory.
What is that?
5 silver.
You have 5 silver. Good job.
Yeah, she has 5 silver, a string, and some lint.
Goddamn. Okay. He's gonna pack about as much water as he can and probably try to pack as much food as he can. I don't know how much that would be.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
like,
water isn't as limited since he's got access to water
yeah,
here.
yeah. You could, like, food-wise, because you also gotta remember, like, how much you'd be able to carry on yourself as a person. Because you don't have do you have a proper bag?
Yeah, I have a backpack.
Okay. You
He has a
probably,
backpack with like a bedroll and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
You'd probably be able to fit, I'd say, like, I'd say give or take, probably 10 days worth of rations in there. Food does take up a bit of space. I think that's pretty fair. It's essentially like, you essentially pack the foods that you know are, like, compactable, that you can actually kind of, like, fit in there without it being, like, utterly destroyed in the process.
Okay, so they have 5 days worth of food before he needs to start worrying about that.
Yeah, it's essentially like salted meat. It's a salted beef to be more specific, because cows.
Yeah.
Salted beef and probably the little bit of vegetables that you guys are able to grow down here. So it's like potatoes and like turnips. It's glorious. There's like a little assortment of berries kind of mixed in within it. So. And then,
Yeah,
if you want her to carry some extras, she can probably carry, like, on her, like, an extra 2 or 3 rations on her.
I'm gonna be real. It is the most just like he hands her like a small little bag and he's like, hold on to this. He would for me.
Okay. And she'd hold on to it. She'll
Yeah,
hold
it's
on
like
to it.
2 days worth of rations and like some water.
Alright. You don't know where it goes, but understand it is in her inventory.
Well, that's gone. Okay.
Like you see her, like, grab it, you turn around to go grab something else, you turn back over, it is gone, but she does have it.
Staring at me. Waiting.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. He sits there in his head. He's like, "I'm so glad you're blind because you can't see the panic look on my face." Like,
That's fair. That's fair.
like, I am so calm right now. Like, I want to say he sounds very calm.
Yeah.
He's not.
That's fair. That's fair.
He's not right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because, like, he's essentially realizing he has to go on the run.
Like it's that
His
thing of, like,
entire life is turned upside down by this.
yeah, dude, I'm gonna be real. Like he's like in his head, he's just like, I wanted a change of pace. I didn't want to be a prophet. What am I even a prophet to? Fuck, I guess I get to make up a god. I don't know.
Or a convict.
Or a convict, yeah. I think
Yeah.
like I'm a convict prophet. Fucking sure.
Oh, boy.
I think I read this in a book sometime.
Oh, man. You can finish packing. You get what you need. We'll just say essentially because, like, with the water, I think it makes sense. We'll just say, like, you can get the same amount of water that you get with the rations. Like, it's just a part of the rations type thing. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah. You'd be able to pack away. It's just like you have, like, some bottles, like, on the side that you can just kind of fill up and pack, essentially.
Yeah, so he has with hers 6 days worth of food for both of them.
Yeah.
And then he would essentially check outside, make sure the coast is clear. It's probably like 1 a.m. right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because you spend a short rest. That's like
An
what,
hour.
8 hours? Oh yeah. It's like an hour. Yeah,
No,
no. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
short rest are an hour.
Short rest an hour. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So
no, like
you left at 10:30 to, like, go to the thing. You spent like 10 minutes walking instead of 15 minutes because you took shortcut. So 10:40, you get here. You spend another probably 10 minutes getting back home. That's 10:50 p.m. Though the fight probably took like not exactly a minute, but it would have like, I mean, you probably had like a little minute, so like 10:51. 10:51, you got in, you spent a few minutes dilly-dallying before you did a proper short rest, so it's like 10:55, you take the hour, that's 11:55. So you're like leaving like at midnight, essentially. Yeah, I mean, like, there's not really anybody on the streets around this time, right? You know, like, that's the thing. People are not going to be up and about, typically.
He's more checking for the guards.
Yeah. Right.
Or a rogue paladin.
That is fair. You can do freaking rogue paladin, just some guy. Just knocking on each apartment door.
Hey, you see me. You use acid, now I use fire. Why do you wear green? Because I like the color. Fuck off.
It reminds me of nature, the thing we don't have here. Makes me happy. Leave me alone.
Everyone else. I mean, I don't like. Yeah, no. He uses magic occasionally. He very rarely would actually have to use his magic. So there is kind of a shot. Leonardo probably knows he has acid magic, which means if Leonardo wants to out him, he can.
Yeah.
Just
It's really one of those things of who's taken that spot. No, Leonardo's probably one of the only people that actually know that you have acid magic, in all honesty. Like,
because it's a weird thing of it's a weird, like, it's innate, kind of. He figured out some rites that let him turn his blood into acid. He's like, oh, fuck it. Yeah, sure.
Oh, man. But yeah, as you go look out of the curtains, I'm guessing you kind of just, you just, like, go to peek? Like, you just kind of, like, peek it over?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you basically kind of, like, begin to peek out of the curtain. That's when you'd hear a knock on the door. And that is where we will end session today.
Motherfucker.
Thank you all for watching this episode.
Suck.
Welcome to the Profit Campaign, everybody. It's going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good campaign. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Thank you all for watching this episode, and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.